Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome here to the Champions League semi-finals. This is what we wanted to get to and now we are here. We want to go one step further. The final awaits. In our way are Liverpool and we have to get past them. We absolutely have to. And in this video, we are going to be getting hyped for the biggest game of our season. We cannot lose out now. We will not let it happen. Today's video, guys, is coming to you courtesy of the OneFootball app, and right now on the OneFootball app, 250,000 people involved in the voting. Currently, 65% are in favour of a Barcelona win, 35% in favour of a Liverpool win, and certainly it is all to play for right here. You can download that in the description down below. Kickoff will be coming to us at 9 PM local time from the Camp Nou, which will be a sensational atmosphere because the Camp Nou on European nights, 98,000 people packed in there. It will be a sellout, no doubt about it, and the players will need the crowd to be their 12th man. Get behind them, give it everything you've got. We will need this support, and certainly the Camp Nou will aim to provide that. And after the crowd in our last round match against Manchester United unveiled a banner that basically said walking to glory, I think now there is no doubt about it. There's no doubt in anybody's mind that we're going to have to get off walking pace. We're going to have to start running, sprinting. We have to really get up for this one. We've got to give it everything we've got to get past Liverpool. And at the packed Camp Nou tomorrow, we will expect to see once again one of our classic European mosaics. We've already secured La Liga. We've already coloured Spain. So this time round, we will be colouring Europe as we aim to add a European title to our domestic league this season. And as always, guys, you have been in fantastic form in your predictions. I asked you guys what would be the outcome, and look at this. You guys believe 2+ goals, no doubt about it. I honestly didn't expect it to be that one-sided. You are in confident mood, and after all the doubts that we've heard, after all of the nerves, I'm still glad here that we have confidence. The referee for tomorrow's game at the Camp Nou will be Bjorn Kuipers, who is widely regarded as one of the best referees in the world, and he currently officiates in the Netherlands. And Valverde has come out and said, look, there's been so much talk about Liverpool, there's been so much talk about whether we can get past Liverpool, but Barcelona fans must be confident in what their own team is doing, not other teams. Don't focus on other teams, it's about our own work, what we can do, and certainly at the Camp Nou tomorrow, the players will aim to put on a show and put this game to bed if they can. And I think Valverde certainly has a point. Yes, we respect Liverpool, yes, we're going to look into Liverpool, what they've done, and of course they're going to be very cautious of what they can do, but also, let's focus on ourselves here. Let's look at what we've got. We've got a lot of quality, we've been in good form, we've had a very, very good season, and certainly coming into this game, we will have that confidence. Yes, of late, maybe performances haven't been at the very top level, but at the same time, they haven't needed to be. We all know, even as supporters, we've been thinking about this Liverpool game now for week upon week upon week, and the players, I have no doubt at all, they're going to be feeling the same way. They're not going to be focusing on Levante, they're not going to be focusing on their league games in which they already won at a canter. They've been thinking about this game from the very, very moment that we progressed against Manchester United. They want this just as much as we do, and that's why I've got that faith. That's why I have that belief. I believe in these players. I'll back them till the end because they want this. You heard Messi at the start of the season. He said, we want the Champions League. We want that treble. We will bring it home. He wants to do that, and I would expect him once again in this kind of game. He will come alive. And like I say, guys, we wrapped up La Liga, and I think the really important thing right now for us is, in terms of that confidence, they got to experience that in front of their own fans. At a packed Camp Nou, there was fantastic scenes, players with their children, they were allowed to unwind, they were allowed to relax a little bit, and they just had that moment in front of their own fans with that league title to confirm, really, our dominance over the past decade or so in Spain, which has been sensational. We have been dominating La Liga year in, year out. Does that make it an easy league? We've heard that a lot over the last few days from Premier League and Liverpool fans. No, it does not. Because let's not forget here, as some people obviously are, La Liga contains the two Madrid clubs who have appeared in the majority of European finals over the past few seasons. Real Madrid, of course, actually beat Liverpool in last year's Champions League final, and suddenly La Liga, easy league, no competition. Liverpool are going to be something completely different to anything we've ever faced. Absolutely not true. And Liverpool, on the other hand, I'm going to say this right now, they're under more pressure than Barcelona coming into this game. The first reason for that is they are under massive pressure because this is all they have. Effectively, City, this is the very last straw this season for Liverpool, because they know in the back of their minds, they won't want to admit it, they won't want to come out and say it, but they know, lose this game, it's over. It's game over for this season. If they lose out to this game, if they go out of the Champions League, they will end with nothing. They're set to lose out on the Premier League title. The title they wanted more than anything else, they're going to lose to Manchester City. They're out of the cups, out of the FA Cup, out of the EFL Cup. This is their last hope against Barcelona in the Champions League. If Liverpool crash out here, despite all of their good work, despite all of the good players they have, the good form they've been in, it will be yet another trophyless season on Merseyside. And you want to know the other thing as well? The big pressure that's on Liverpool in this game, it's all again because of their fans. Just like last season with Mohamed Salah, they built him up. He was doing so well, very much credit to him, but then they started to compare him to Lionel Messi. And then suddenly now, even though he's again doing well this season, because he's not Messi, because they built him up to be that, suddenly there's a negative feeling from the rest of the football world. And now, in this game, they've been saying they're favourites, they've been saying they're going to beat Barcelona, they've been saying, of course, we're going to get to the final, look at our team. I've seen combined 11s between Barcelona and Liverpool fans basically saying their combined 11 would only be their starting 11, that no Barcelona players would get in their 11. And because of that, now they're labelling themselves as favourites in this game. If they lose, they can't say, well, it was Barcelona. They can't say, well, it was a team that contains Lionel Messi, because no, you're favourites. You've said you're favourites. You've said you're going to win this game. If you fail to do that now, you're going to end trophyless. And most importantly, you believe, just like the Premier League title, that you are going to get your hands on this. And there has been a lot more talk as well on the Liverpool side, not only from their fans. Jurgen Klopp came out yesterday and I thought he said something rather stupid, to be perfectly honest. He didn't quite mean it as it has been portrayed, but he still said, I think, some pretty silly words. He basically said that he's been to the Camp Nou before, and now he's been there, he realises that it's not a temple, it's not a football temple, it's just a stadium. And he didn't really mean it to be aggressive. I don't think he really meant it to be an attack, but it's still a stupid thing to say when you're going to the Camp Nou in front of all those fans on a massive European night. It is a slightly bigger pitch than Liverpool. They are going to be in for something tomorrow. I can assure you of that. We hear about Anfield, about the European nights at Anfield. You come to the Camp Nou. Yes, you've won here before, but this is a different Barcelona team. Tomorrow, I can assure you, you will experience something unique. But of course, the big thing from our point of view is all about the team selection. What is Valverde going to do? Yes, a massive decision coming to this game, and according to Mundo Deportivo, there are 3 big calls that Valverde needs to make. Will it be Roberto or Nelson Semedo at right back? Will Arturo Vidal be involved in this game? And will it be Felipe Coutinho or Ousmane Dembele who get the start tomorrow night? Now, if Valverde decides to go with a 4-3-3 formation, it's pretty straightforward what it's going to be. It's going to be something like this, and it's either going to be Dembele there or it's going to be Felipe Coutinho. Those two right now, obviously very, very close to goal. Coutinho would be playing against his former side and potentially would have something to prove, and we would see something once again magical from him like we saw against Manchester United, but Dembele would give us all of that pace and all of that threat in behind to really keep Liverpool back, like I mentioned yesterday in the tactical preview. And the reason that I would actually start Sergio Roberto in the right back area is simply because of distribution and build up. He's going to be a man who's going to be involved heavily on that right hand side. He can help us play out. Semedo certainly is more pacey. He's going to be better defensively than Sergio Roberto, but in terms of the home leg, we want to be on the front foot, we want to be attacking. Roberto certainly better in the final third, and I think Semedo is much more likely to play the second leg than he is the first leg here at the Camp Nou, when hopefully we're going to have the ball. However, this sort of lineup from Valverde going into tomorrow's game would not surprise me one single bit. Yes, I would expect to see something similar to this in the away leg at Anfield, but I also wouldn't be that surprised if Valverde did it in the home leg. And it's all to do with Arturo Vidal and basically what he can give you in the midfield. He's been involved a lot more in the team recently. He's been showing his worth. Of course, he gives you all of that energy in these areas. He can also make forward runs. He can support the strikers there. But also, of course, it's that energy. He can also counter-press Liverpool. He can try and win that ball back. He can show that aggression. He can certainly help in these big European games. That's why we signed him. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Valverde go with that narrow 4 to really shut down that midfield, try and win that battle, and then use that to have the ball, to use the ball, and get Messi involved in the right areas. So I certainly wouldn't rule that out from Valverde. Forward midfield is a genuine option with the options we have. And like I said yesterday, guys, we do have an extremely strong squad. We have a stronger squad than Liverpool. For that reason, we have more and more options. We can play with our tactics. Valverde can look to surprise Liverpool if he really wants to, whereas Jurgen Klopp, he's pretty much limited to what he's got. We know what they're going to do. We know what they can throw at us. The big thing now from Valverde is countering that, coming up with a plan, and getting over the line. But of course, now it is time for the big moment of truth. What is my score prediction heading into tomorrow's game, which I truly believe will be one of the toughest games, if not the toughest game of our season so far? I am going to go here with Barcelona 2, Liverpool 0. I am going to go here with what would be a phenomenal result. That would be absolutely perfect. 2 goals in our favour. I'm not going to go too overboard. It is going to be tough. It is going to be tight. But something like that Bayern game, where it was tight, of course, in 2015. 2 good sides coming up against each other. But then, Messi the man to make the difference. We can do that again. We can keep a clean sheet. We can go to Anfield with something to protect, with something to feel comfortable about. And most importantly here, we can give every single Barcelona fan right around the world something here to be proud about. We can do this. Make no mistake. So that there is my full thoughts on this semi-final. I am absolutely ready to go. Ajax against Tottenham is coming up tonight in the first semi-final, and tomorrow we go to battle, whatever it takes. I'll see you then, guys. But until then, as always, Vasca El Barça.